Guys, welcome back to Mountain Dog Companion. Zach here, and I'm hanging out with Angie, and we're with our last F1 mini Bernedoodle that's available right now. And Angie, I just wanted to ask who we have here and kind of some highlights on Gill, and also, who we have here. Talk a little bit about them. So,
love to. So this is Mr. Firestone. He is the father to Gill. He's the father to a lot of our F1 Bernedoodles. He has some uniqueness about him. He, first of all, has an amazing temperament. Hello, boys.
come, buddy. You come
Bigger
over,
boys are a lot
buddy.
more fun than the tinier ones. They're in your face. But he carries a 10 out of 10 for red pigmentation for his intensity, which means when that transfers over to our Bernedoodles, these copper points that these puppies have, they come out that vibrant. He also does not carry a dilution gene, which means that those copper points should stay bright for the majority of their life until we get a little bit of age factor on them. Mr. Firestone here, his temperament, you can see he's just a lovely fella, and we have some amazing litters coming up. So Cleo is due in under 10 days, I guess. She's due the 21st. And we also have Debbie, and Firestone is the sire to those litters. So like you said, this is Gill. He is from Jelly's litter. He was born 9/8. He's our remaining puppy before Christmas from Firestone. Just a lovely fella. It's your daddy, huh? And Firestone would love to get down and play with him, but it'll get a little rowdy, so I'll just hang on to him for a minute. Hey.
So on the intensity gene that you brought up, I mean, what is is there different levels to that? Is he at the highest? I know you said 10 out of 10.
Yep.
So
yeah, so they score them based on through Embark is the testing that we utilize.
there you go.
And some come back 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10. 10 out of 10 is very, very rare. And that's what Firestone carries. And that's why his puppies have such a vibrancy on those copper and tan points.
Absolutely.
And literally, when the litter is born, sometimes it takes a couple, maybe a day and a half or so for those copper points to show. But with his puppies, they are vibrant from birth, wet, soggy, they're bright. Like you see the copper points. It's amazing.
So and you'll see, I guess, if he wouldn't have that, you'll see more of a fading or a lighter color.
Yeah, they can gray out to silvers. You'll see Bernedoodles that are like 2 years old that have it look silver, almost like a merle, with no merle genes in them. But yeah, it's just a really, really great aesthetic. It keeps them looking sharp through their adulthood. And his temperament is amazing. He's friendly. He's social. He loves to play with others. Does well with other dogs. So those are just great personality traits to use in pairing with our females.
Yeah. So he's a poodle, obviously. I mean, what do you're talking about his temperament. What do you usually see from a poodle? Is it comparing him to possibly some other poodles?
Others, yeah.
What would you say there?
Poodles can tend to be a little bit more individualized. There's a variety in poodles, of course. A lot of it has to do with how you've raised him. But he's just very, very social. And he's a little on the larger side, so he's 18 pounds. And I like to use him with our bernese because they're like 80 to 100-pound girls. So when you're paring down, it keeps the proportions better on the puppies. Versus using a male that's like 10 pounds. Because then you're breeding down so quickly that sometimes your proportions are off a little bit. So he's just a great option.
Yeah, so just talking on the size there, kind of the proportions that you're asking about, is that kind of where we get the teddy bear look, or how do we get that teddy bear look?
The rounded face, or the what? Tell me what you're talking about when you talk about the teddy bear.
Just the teddy bear face. I mean,
The look of it.
teddy bear face.
Go. I love you, buddy. So yes, that's one of the factors. Poodles can have more. They can throw puppies that have longer noses, and that the furnishings don't come out as quickly. One advantage to Firestone is his puppies generally at this stage even have that furnishing. And the furnishing is what gives you that rounded teddy bear look.
Yep.
If you see Bernedoodles sired by other males, sometimes they have that pointier nose. And it can take, we call them slow furnishers. It can take up to 8 months till those furnishings come through. But he also has a beautiful curl coat. And so that's how we get this nice, fluffy, soft wave to our puppies, which also adds to that whole teddy bear, teddy bear look.
I was going to ask about his coat next. So yeah, perfect explanation around that.
And he's an F1, so F1s get that nice soft curl to them. He had a bath and a blowout, so he's a little straighter than once he gets a little bit of that snowy mist on that we have today in Ohio. He'll get a little curlier. Hey, boys, you want to go play, don't ya? Huh. I know, Firestone, you're doing amazing, and you'd like to go play with him, and I'm making you sit because you're a good boy.
Yeah, he's a great pup, and you guys can see how much they love Angie. And then just on his size a little bit too, like just overall size. I know he's a little bit older, but like, what do you see him being at, or just based off the parents and like who that be good for as far as like someone that's looking to adopt him.
So as far as size, he is, let's see, he was born 9/8. That puts him, what, 12-ish weeks, 12, 13 weeks? Yeah. Gill was one of the larger boys in the litter. There were only 5 in his litter. He looks larger than he is. He is really not that large as far as body structure. He's just got a lot of hair. He does have longer legs, though. So I would put him, like, weight-wise, he'll probably be 35 to 40, somewhere in there. A lot of that depends on lifestyle. Depends on how you feed. If you feed an organic diet or you feed a diet that's full of other things in their food and how many treats they get, and then how much exercise they get as well. Also has a little bit more weight, but he is a little bit bigger fella.
Yep. Awesome, yeah.
And he's very, he's a tender soul. Like he's a larger boy, but you can see like his approach to you is soft. So he comes in, so you could really, a family with young children, he would be fine. Generally a 12 to 13 week old puppy is going to come in hard, and he comes in softly, gently. He takes toys softly, which is nice. Retirees would be great. He's going to be fun to train. Yeah.
So just a well-rounded. He's
a medium pup, like where I say you could just about place him anywhere, and he is going to be very successful.
That's
buddy.
Awesome. Yeah, I appreciate the explanation, guys. Sure. I mean, 2 great pups here. Obviously, we have Firestone, the dad, and Gill, but just a phenomenal guy. And yeah, we just want to do a little video for you, kind of talk through him and his dad. And yeah, we just appreciate you guys tuning in today, and we'll see you next time.